Okay, I just wanted to talk a little bit about cable management, and this kind of is a generic video, but we use it a lot for chapel. You might use it for theater, or really anything. So right now, you're going to see these kind of handle things that have these little tie downs. This is what you might use to tie a tarp down. It's standard, like it's a little ball with a bungee cord that sticks out the back, and it's just a loop. That's all that's right here. These click through, you put the slot on and just pull down, and now they're clicked in. So I'm able to get, 12 cables on here. There's a black one, there's a green one, there's some other ones floating around. Now, on the black ones, I've been putting only XLR cables. On the green one, I have 1/4-inch cables, mostly, or cables that could be 1/4 inches. So this one is a good example of something we could have maybe made a little bit better. But I'm going to click this guy in. So these are 1/4-inch cables that you might use for an instrument. There's also a couple special ones. This one's a balanced connector, TRS. You see how there's 3 parts to this one, and there's only 2 parts to this one? That extra middle portion makes it balanced, and on the other end of this is an XLR. So we can use that for connecting, say, the electric drum set if you were coming out of the main there, or the guitar pedal if it has a balanced connector. So you click them out, you just pull them up and you have one, and then release the cable. And you can put these back on here, or when I'm using a cart, I'll just set them here in the middle and grab it in the future. There are a couple loose cables in here as well. And there's also some bigger of these bungees. So this one's for one of the power amp cables. So it's a speak-on connector that pushes in and turns. They can be a little tricky if you've never seen how these work. But these ones that have black and white on them are a little bit longer for a thicker cable. So I can use this one for a big cable. Pull it, stretch it out. I actually have to stretch that one a little bit. And now it's together. Even though this one I didn't hook onto one of my green or black things, I want to have it wrapped up together and sealed. Either there's some Velcro ones in there that they're kind of older, but that works as well. You never want to coil up a cable and set it in something like this or on a floor without having it all together, tied up in some way or another, because then they're going to get tangled and it is a huge mess. I never, ever put away a cable with a knot in it. I'll always go and get the knot out and then wrap it up correctly. So I'm going to show you this one. This is a 1/4-inch cable. When you do it correctly and you wind the cable up right, it's going to come loose very easily. So come close to me for a second. I'm going to show you the way I do an over-under wrap, and I don't let other people wrap up my cables unless they know how to do this stuff, just because it makes it so much easier. So I'm going to put this on my right hand and grab onto the end. I'm going to reach down about like to where my hand naturally falls, and I'm going to grab some of this, and I'm going to take this and I'm going to set this over the top. So this is an over. I'm coming over. The next wrap, I'm going to reach down and I'm going to do something called an under. So watch my fingers here. This is really important. Instead of coming up like this, I'm going to push my fingers through, and it's going to start to coil underneath. And if you notice this cross point now, I'm on the back side of it. So it's like if I'm doing an overwrap, let me do a second overwrap in a row. You'll see kind of the cable crosses over the front. When I do an underwrap and I push, the cable that I'm holding crosses under the back. This is tricky when you first learn how to do it. It is hard to do. You're going to mess it up. I reach down, I come over, I reach down, I go under, and now the cable has avoided getting twists in it the whole time, which will eventually break the cable. But it also is nice because if you have a cable wrapped like this, you can throw it out and it will come out with no tangles, even a pretty long one. There's a little note about that though too. Over, flipping under. I've got this end of the cable secure in my hand. It's always staying on my right. And then the loose end is over here on the left. If for some reason this crossed under like this, and you picked up a cable and you didn't realize it was in the wrong spot, when you toss it out, it's not going to toss out smoothly. So when I first look at it, I say, can I tell that this is the correct orientation for this? Then I know I can toss it out. Or a lot of times I just feed it out anyway. So that's what you do with the cables. When you're all done, grab this again. We're going to open it up. We're going to wrap it. It's secure here, but anytime that you can, find one of these guys, click her on, and that's it.